Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Factorio pYanodons playthrough. It's Ghostified Gamer. Holy cow. Oh, let me tell you, I'm a little bit out of the... I was sick, and then I got back in, and then I got busy with some new stuff that I'm doing, Fallout 3 and the Planet Crafter. A second, well, it's a second playthrough. I'm kind of pumping some... I'm completely starting over, and so I've been really busy with those two, and I've been kind of neglecting the poor pYanodons creature here. But I'm back in here, and we have some projects that we're going to do today. Now, this is all in preparation, obviously, for this nutty little circuit board here. What I found... Okay, I've kind of overestimated a lot of things. I went back and looked at Hellmod, kind of, you know, and what's good is I have a fresh view now. I'm like, okay, I was burning out a little bit, getting a little frustrated, and I'm looking at all the stuff we have to do, and I'm frustrated in the fact that there's just all these little pieces that break down into all this mess. And I think my mental block right now is the Vandabins and the hydrogen peroxide, where you have to use anthropod blood and tailings dust to get the blue liqueur, and then you turn that into Vandabins and all that. And I don't know why that's just kind of annoying me. But you know, when you get to this point, you know what I'm talking about. It's a pretty nasty process. I'm gonna get through it though. I want to get through it, but sometimes you need to take a break and shake off and do something else and feel like you're accomplishing something, which is what I did. Now, I had this circuit board here set to, I don't know why I did this, but I set it to 60 a minute or some crazy number, way wacky out of the park number. And it brought down the requirements immensely for all of these little, parts, the fiber optic, optical fiber, diodes and such, So if we mouse over, or let's click on the medium power resistor, I have it at, they need 9 a minute. Now, I don't know where the heck I don't know if I put, I think I went off of this one here. But you'll see that the Surmet, well, I don't think it changed the amount of machines. It's all 11111. But the lubrication, remember I mentioned last episode, the lubrication requirement was nuts. 270 a minute for the lubrication. Now, I don't remember what it was prior, but I think that's a lot better now. And 0.09 is barely a drop in the bucket. So I'm hoping that I don't know why. Like I said, I think I was going. You got a lot of things going on, and then I forgot to circle back on that. Now what I did is I went to my technology tab here, where I'm trying to figure out how much, make sure that the base is going to run correctly, try and catch the bottlenecks before they occur. And this is kind of where I'm hoping this will work. The next science pack that we unlock and have to build, I'm going to have to redo all this because I'm going to have to pick a new technology. So I just picked Land Animal Stage 2, if you remember. Well, the next one that requires whatever, I think it's PyScience 3, we'll have to redo all of this to include that one because the requirements change for all of these. The automation science and up, it gets worse, and so we'll have to see how that goes. But oh my god, look at these things here. Okay, so I looked at this, and it's 1 a minute. I go, all I need is 1 a minute. Well, so I went back to here, and I adjusted this number to 3 because, I think we're going to need more later, so let's build it out a little bit higher, plus I'm going to need it for building and stuff too. It's brought down the requirements immensely. Now, I also did I readjusted the aluminium pulp stage 1 down to 120 a minute, which is I think 10 times more than what I need even then. And it's a lot more manageable now. It's only requiring 0.11 destructive distillation columns. So I put that on me because I was burning out and I wasn't really focused. Now we have this heavily N-doped thing I was working on. That is 180 a minute. That's insanity. So that's why it's important to have this tab here. And what I did, I don't know if I broke out everything here yet. Because if I break everything out here, I'll know exactly how much. And it's really tough to do it within the Chemical Science Pack tab and break everything out here. Because what I need to do is break out this complex circuit board furtherly down here. You know, I need to keep... I could make a tab here maybe and break out the complex circuit board from here. So you pop it down. There it is. Oh, where did I put it? Oh, I put it here. Okay. And then I can control click it. Bam. And now it's here. And now I can break it down from the science pack level. And if you go up to your land animal stage 2 or whatever tech you pick, it should come up. Oh, it'll come up here, I think. Maybe. I don't know why it's not coming up. It should come up. You see it's saying 0 here. I have it twice. So I'll pull that out. And now, yeah, there it goes. Okay, now let's see what it does. There we go. So now, yeah, I had it twice. And that's why I got to kind of revisit this whole thing and maybe redo it or something. What I can do is break out to kind of a not really big amount. I can click on that. So, oh, yeah, here we can get the amount we're going to need for each one of these little guys here. I don't know why it pops that up. It's the only one that we have. This doesn't require... Let's do the transistor, which I totally forgot we have transistors in here. We'll do the electrolytic. We'll do the inductor. It's called... I think it's... Yeah, an inductor. MOSFET. And then we'll do the printed circuit board, PCB. Now that should cover it. Diode. Microchip. The transistor. And we have the capacitor and the inductor, the MOSFET, and the printed circuit board. I think that covers it. I'm not going to worry about the solder because we have that already. Now, if you mouse over the items here, so this is what we're mainly worried about. How much do we need for the science at 1 a minute, right? And this is our gauge. So you can see only 4.2. Well, let's see what we got here. This one I have at 180, which is redundant. We're not going to be doing that. 180 a minute. So let's go into the chem. And that is N-doped. Is it N? Heavily N. Okay, heavily N-doped. It should. I wonder if this is alphabetical. I don't think it is. Oh, God. Wait a minute now. Hold it. Oh, this one here. There we go. Lightly. There it is, heavily. So it's 1.6 a minute. That's all we need to get this circuit board done for the sciences. And that's kind of what I'm revisiting here. So if I go here... Oh, I'm sorry. All right. I got to click on that one. We're at 180. So I could just go 1. That's going to bring it down by 3. So 60. Yeah. So you can see where this is going. We need just, let's say 0.2. And if you keep mousing over this, it's 12 now. 0.1 should bring it down. Yeah, 6. Just kind of having it, you know. 0.5. And that'll give us a good idea. Because here's the thing. We're at 0.03 machines. You know, 0.01, 0.32. It's such small numbers right now because we don't have this base, even though it's big. There's so much going. You grab a red belt. You know, let's say you grab a stack of red belts. The entire base starts running. You know, because it's rubber, it's small parts, it's you know, all these things. So, you know, one science pack is like an enormous amount of infrastructure. It has to start moving when something is being consumed. It's ridiculous. It's really cool. And I experienced this in the Angels Industry Overhaul mod that I played a long time ago. You know, like I said, I played that off. I didn't play that on a episode, you know, or did it? I didn't do any YouTube stuff on that. And when you started something, oh my God, boop, 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 all these trains start flying around. And it takes forever for it to calm down. It was pretty cool, though. Watch. So, anyway, that's kind of what we're looking at. Now, I have to do... There's an antimony pulp stage 2 I'm noticing here. This is going to be a crazy one here. Now that I've got that kind of presented here, because I wanted to present that, because that was one of the things I think I made an error on. Here's our aluminium pulp stage 1. I'm going to do the mixed ores separately. Here's the cobalt extract. That's going to be separate. And then the rare earth oxides. We're going to do this all separately. They're going to be their own separate builds. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 builds in this episode today. Kind of shake the dust off a little bit. But what we're doing is we're prepping for this right here. The N-dope, heavily N-dope. And what we have to do, let me take a look at the circuit here. And it's kind of confusing, but we have to click on all kinds of goofy stuff here. We're going to need, we need the lightly N and the lightly P. So let's go ahead and put this in here. Hopefully we can filter it down. Here we go. There's lightly P doped, 0.05 as well, just to get it in as a small number. Got lightly P. We need lightly N doped. Oh, there's lightly N. Okay. Okay, now we got heavy N, light P, light N. 0.5. That way it's in. Heavily P doped is unlocking later on, which is interesting. Okay, cool. So we're good there. And we'll just get rid of that. And what I'll do is I'll break these out, and we'll have to work on these separately. Maybe that'll be next episode stuff. So let's get cracking on these things. Now, I was already considering way back when we started this kind of crazy oxide type stuff, the mixed ores and the cobalt extract and the rare earth oxides. I kind of thought, you know what, we're going to need this as a separate build, but I wanted to get the PyScience 2 done so that we can continue on and get that research unlocked. So we're going to spin back around and we're going to be doing these separately, which is, it makes sense, you know. And I want to knock out some easy stuff here, so let's get cracking on it. Okay, I think that's enough for me for one day. These are fairly simple builds to do, and I decided that the rare earth oxides, I decided to, yeah, rare earth. I decided to just copy paste what I had for the Paragon thing, or Paragon, over here, and I modified it because it was chaining to other stuff. And I think there was a feedback from the other spot. I think it's the mixed ores or something, and they were, gravel was coming back. So yeah, just quick. It was really actually pretty simple. Why, reinvent the wheel? And this is a pretty good build. It hasn't given me any issues since then. Oh, one thing I'm doing differently here, and I'm doing this on these builds here. I'm going to kind of test it out a little bit. I think it'll be fine. I'm capping the chest to 5 stacks. And let me delete this thing here. And I'm controlling the stop, or I'm reading the stop train, and each train has a unique T signal, T signal. And I think there's ways to use that, but I don't know how or what or why to use it. But you can use it in this case where I can disable this mini loader and keep because the train would sit here constantly and load, and that messes up the timeout, because LTN and TSM have timeout features where if there's no activity, I think it's no activity chimer, and it's like 2 seconds for LTN. So the train would sit here, and if there's products coming, depending how fast they are, and how fast the train loads, it could sit here until the train is full. And I don't want that. I want it to fill up with whatever is on the mini loaders plus the case, and done, right? I also have the priority 100 for the copper. It's 1,000 for a train load, priority 100. So we've got an iron and a copper additional now with the builds that have been created so far. We've got some iron oxide coming out of here. This one, now I think about it, I could go right here and shorten that up. There we go. Modification there. This isn't high throughput by any means. This machine here, the rare earth dust, creates the gravel, and the jaw crusher creates the stone. So it's stone, gravel, and sand. Kind of cool how we're pure. I really like that. I like the idea. At first, when you start playing pYanodons, it's kind of a pain dealing with the byproducts until you can get a consolidation area or something, because we have so many builds all spread across the whole map, and there's no way you're gonna have a belt running down for every single byproduct to pull it into one area to process it. But I really do like the concept of cleaning up an ore from the ground and then further processing it to clean it up more and then kind of liquefying it. I really like the rare earth oxide. It's pretty cool. I really dig it. And we get some sand out of it. There you go. I got at least combinator set. 400 already. 467. There are some different recipes. I'll have to look at these, but I don't think I'm ready to use them yet. I have plenty of sulfuric acid being processed, and plenty, well, ammonia, you know how that is. But oh, one of the things I forgot, I wanted to look at turd research, but I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. Oh, I screwed up the cermet and the raw. I think it's the crude cermet. I think it's like a cement. Don't get me wrong. I had to look it up, but I didn't realize there's more that use the cermet. Now, what I might do is pull the cermet out of here and then request it and use this belt. So I'm thinking I might pull it out of here, and I want to beef up the lubrication build as well. But that's something I don't know. I'm hoping the fish build and everything behind it can handle the higher lubrication requirements. But yeah, we're gonna need more cermet going forward. So let's see. Now I went over here This is the fiber optic. I have to start labeling this stuff. I think I got some of it labeled. This is the... Oh, yeah, we did that last time. That's the Kevlar. Oh, here's the aluminium. Okay. And the mixed ores. So after I thought about it, I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, I've got the mixed ores. And I put that down. And then I went to grab the cobalt extract. And I realized... Oh, that's just using mixed ores and pressurized air plus the cyanic acid. I'm like, oh, well, hello. And thanks to a commenter, I don't name names because I don't want people to, I don't know if anybody would want that. But thanks to a commenter, the recent LTN update kind of got me thinking. And I made a comment in one of my videos a couple episodes ago. Gosh, why would you use a provide and a request on the same LTN combinator or stop? Combinator and stop, I should say. And the person said, it's great for fluid and item. But if you're doing a fluid or if you're doing fluids, request and provide, you have to do some combinator stuff, which, yeah, you'd have to do that. And if you do item and item, request provide, you have to do combinator stuff to kind of shut... What you have to do is read this combinator and have your combinator set up to, know if it's a provide or whatever. Yeah, and it would get tricky. I'd have to think about it and kind of play around with it. But I used it here. Provide and request. So we're providing the cobalt extract and requesting the phosphoric acid, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm like, hey, that saved me a lot of hassle. So thanks for that comment. Appreciate that. That's what I love about Factorio and kind of putting this up on the internet is I learn from you guys as well. So you guys everybody has a different, they kind of approach things differently. And, as I hope to provide some entertainment and maybe some insights into stuff, how my brain works, whether it works or not. But you guys have a lot of great stuff too, and I really appreciate that. That was cool. That is awesome. I love this. Okay, I'm done. All right, so here we got our aluminium stage, pulp stage 1. Ooh, we're getting ready for the next component. And then I pulled the coke and aluminium over here, the ore, and so I went, kind of squished it in the middle like I did the other build. I think it was the medium power resistor. And we're capturing that very important tailings now. Holy cow, that stuff's important. I might have to revisit my iron processing plant because I am venting the tailings and I want to capture that. So I have to go up. I have to figure out how I'm going to do it. But the iron is going to be rebuilt because it gets really complex. So that's the mixed ores. Oh, another limiting factor here is the belt speed and train capacity. It takes, I think, 8 nickel and copper, maybe something like that. It's 8, and 6. And you can only do 2 machines because of the yellow belt restriction we were still under due to the mini loaders and the splitters being still yellow, still the slow stuff. So we are limited there. So I can only do 2. Now, when you get the red belt full, we get the splitter and the mini loaders going, then I can start to revisit these. However, the trains they're still low capacity trains, which is kind of annoying, but they'll be faster at least, so that'll be good. Okay, and then what else did I do? I can't remember now. I have to look at the video. That was the 3 builds. Yeah, rare earth, the cobalt extract in mixed ores and aluminium. That's what I did. Yeah, there's 4. Okay, now let's go. I'm gonna mouse over or map view over here. I wanted to show you guys what we're gonna work on next. We are going to do the electrolytic capacitor next. We have all the materials for it. I already storyboarded it out. And then we're going to do the printed circuit substrate 2. We have everything we need for that, and the Bakelite. Ooh, this is going to be crazy. Now, Bakelite is going to require the etching solution, and I'm a little worried about that because we need the hydrochloric acid or the the hydrogen peroxide for that. Now, I'll have to, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the Bakelite in in an episode or whatever. I probably have to do the etching solution first. And in between cuts here, I came down here, and look at that. It's already running. Look at this. Got 10,000 tailings. I upped the amount. I'm trying to stockpile the tailings more here. I have this set to 70,000, and then the train will come by and pick up the excess and burn it. And the acid gas is going to be tricky here. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. I'll have to think about that because this is not a consistent acid gas producer. But we need the acid gas and our arthropod blood in order to make the Vandabins. The Vandabins goes into the blue liqueur, and you can see I got 100,000 in here now. So I ran this thing to kind of fiddle around with it and see how it was going. But we're going to need the blue liqueur for the process ahead for the etching solution, I think. But we'll dive into that when the time comes. It might be next episode because I want to resolve this and get this going here. I'm trying to resolve some stuff here. I don't know which one I used it on here. Let me check here. Oh, here, yeah, here's some etching solution. So here, yeah, there's the blue liqueur, tailings, and the Vandabins. Now, here, I don't know what's going on here, but I can only pick a recipe for the Zyhifo that it's not allowing me to pick, or it's not showing up, maybe I should say, the Zyhifo turd research that I picked, where it's a guaranteed Zyhifo from like 2 or 3 larvae, and I don't understand what's going on with that. I didn't break this down any further yet, but I'm still going to try and figure it out. Now, I wanted to go and look at I think it's this thing, the Zyhifo pool. The recipe should be available in the pool, and these are very low numbers. As you can see, the etching solution isn't too bad, and I used the lightly p-doped silicon to showcase how much of a low amount we're dealing with here. So we really don't need a big Zyhifo build for the arthropod blood. Now there is, I think, I don't know if we have, yeah, we have etching solution for this one here. So the way I'm looking at it is I'm just going to let it go, and maybe kind of control pump the container that has the etching solution, maybe with a 10,000 or something, or 5,000, and meter that and only bring in what we need for each build, because I don't want to kill the base. But I don't want to kill all the, if you take all of your etching solution and go to one of these wafers, then there's not enough for the other 2, although it will build up. And I have a feeling this isn't going to run crazy fast. So, but yeah, we are embarking on the next. Oh, and let's go over here. So the etching solution is going to be a really big win, and getting the Bakelite is going to be a big win as well. And then, the printed circuit substrate too. Now down here we have, I think it's the MOSFET, and that's going to pull a lot of stuff in that we've built already, and that'll be a big win too. So their complex circuit board will be, it's coming around the corner, but we still got a lot of work to do ahead of us. So anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the kind of like just a busy work episode here. But I kind of wanted to capture it on screen because this is a little shift in how we're doing things. And the cobalt extract, the mixed ores, and the rare earth oxides, I think, makes sense to outpost at this point. So I wanted to get that on episode, and that way we can, as this evolves, maybe the whole base really is going to evolve, but this will be evolving with us. So we can add capacity to this and have more faster production, get the better machines and all that, faster belt eventually. We only got the undergrounds and the red belt right now, so once we get the complex circuit board, it's going to break open the next phase, I think. It's going to get a lot better, hopefully. And then we get the faster machines too. Oh, I can't wait. That's going to be fun. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.